So do you also use Razorpay as your payment gateway? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we are going to understand how to create live webinar registrant on Razorpay payment. So here I am hosting paid webinars using live webinar and I am using Razorpay as my payment gateway. So now here my objective is that whenever I am going to receive new payment through Razorpay, then automatically that customer should be created as a new registrant in my live webinar account as well. So now here to automate the entire process, I need to connect my Razorpay with my live webinar account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So to see the working of this automation and to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to automatically register participants for a live webinar session whenever a payment is made through Razorpay. This automation ensures that every customer who purchases a webinar gets instant access without any manual effort. It saves time, reduces errors, and provides a seamless experience for both you and your attendees. So now here, as you'll know, that I host paid webinars using live webinar and accept payments through Razorpay. So now manually adding registrants can be time consuming and prone to errors. So by automating this process, whenever someone makes a payment on Razorpay, they are instantly registered for my webinar in live webinar. This ensures a smooth experience for my attendees as they receive their webinar access without delays. It also saves me from manually checking payments and updating registrations, allowing me to focus on delivering a great webinar session. So here I've already built an automation where I've connected my Razorpay with my live webinar account using an automation software. And now firstly here in this video we are going to see the working of this automation to understand the entire process more clearly. So now here to see the working of this automation, what we are going to do is that we are going to make a payment using this Razorpay payment page, and here my objective is as soon as I'm going to make a payment or as soon as I'm going to receive a payment, then automatically using that customer details, a new registrant should be created in my live webinar account under that particular webinar. So now let's make the test payment. So here you can see the details that I've already pre-filled over here, such as name, email, phone number, and the product. And now I'm going to click on this pay. And here for the payment method, I'm going to select UPI. But here before selecting the payment method, let me tell you that this is the test payment that I'm going to make it over here. Here you can see the mode is in the test mode. And here I'm going to select UPI. And then I'm going to enter the UPI over here. And then I'm going to click on this verify and pay. And here you can see we have successfully made a payment over here. That means we have successfully placed a test order. So now let's go and check our live webinar account. Here I'm going to refresh it. And here I'm going to click on this attendees registered. And here you can see we have successfully created a new registrant over here with the name demo user and the email as demouser@pabblytudes.com. So with this, we have successfully seen the working of this automation. Now here in this video, we are going to learn step by step that how you can set up this automation by simply connecting your Razorpay with your live webinar account using an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software, and it connects all your favorite apps and makes them work together seamlessly. You can set it up to do things automatically like updating customer info across platforms or sending notifications when something important happens. So here on my screen you can see Pabbly Connect's homepage, and you can visit it by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect/ina/ in your browsers. And here you can see two options, that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get 300 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. Now after signing in, here you can see our Pabbly apps window where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. Now this is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and here to build my connection I need to create a workflow first. So for that, here I'm going to click on this create workflow button given on the top right corner. Now here in this create workflow dialog box, I have to give a name to my workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as create live webinar registrant on Razorpay payment. And then here it is asking me to select the folder. So here in the left side corner of this dashboard, you can see a folder section under which you can see the multiple folders that I've created with different names to save my workflows accordingly. accordingly. So here in this particular case, I'm going to select my folder as automations. You can select the folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now here to learn how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect, you have to click on this Learn More hyperlink given over here. And by clicking on this, it will take you to a forum window where you can see all the instructions to how to create a new folder inside Pabbly Connect. So now moving back to my Pabbly's dashboard, and here to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this create button given over here. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow, and here on the screen you can see the two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards a trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as Razorpay, as I'm receiving new payments through Razorpay. So Razorpay is a popular online payment gateway in India that makes it easy for businesses to accept payments from customers. So here in my Razorpay trigger step, I'm going to select my trigger event as payment captured, so that whenever a new payment is captured through Razorpay, then automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response, or you can say automatically this entire workflow is going to get triggered. Okay, so now after selecting my trigger event, you can see I've received a webhook URL. That means here I'm going to use this webhook URL to connect my Razorpay with Pabbly Connect. So I'm following the instructions given below. Firstly, I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and here I've already logged in my Razorpay account. So this is my Razorpay account, and here in my Razorpay account, you can see we have received the option for account and settings in the left side bar. And here in account and settings, you can see we have received website and app settings, and under website and app settings, you can see the option of webhooks. So I'm going to select it. And now here under this webhooks, I'm going to add a new webhook over here, and then here a dialog box has appeared in front of us for the webhook setup. So here it is asking for the webhook URL. So here I'm going to enter the webhook URL that I've received in my Pabbly's workflow, and now here after entering the webhook URL, it is asking me to select the active events. So here for the active events, I'm going to select the event as payment captured, and then I'm going to click on this create webhook. And here you can see we have successfully saved a webhook. That means we have successfully set up a webhook inside our Razorpay, or you can say we have successfully connected our Razorpay with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so now here you can see as it is waiting for webhook response. That means here to receive a webhook response, we need to do a test submission. And to do a test submission, we need to generate a test payment, or you can say we need to make a test order using our Razorpay payment page. So for that, let me take you back to my payment page. Here I'm going to refresh it. And again here I'm going to make another test payment and do a test submission. So here for the name, I'm going to enter the name as test user, email as test@pabblytudes.com. Here for the phone number, I'm going to enter a random phone number. And here for the product, I'm going to select the product, and then I'm going to click on this pay. And again here I'm going to select my test payment method as UPI, and then I'm going to enter the UPI ID, and then I'm going to click on this verify and pay. And here you can see we have successfully made a payment over here. That means we have successfully placed a test order over here. So now let's go and check our Pabbly's workflow. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the details such as the product name. Here you can see the order ID, phone number, full name, email address, and some other details. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger over here. So once we are going to receive a new payment through our Razorpay, then automatically I want to add that customer, you can see the person who has made the payment, as a new registrant in my live webinar account under that specific webinar. So for that, I need to connect my live webinar account with Pabbly Connect in this action step given over here. So here I'm going to select my action application as live webinar. So live webinar is an online platform for hosting webinars, virtual meetings, and live events. So here in my live webinar action step, I'm going to select my action event as create webinar registrant, so that whenever we are going to receive new payment through our Razorpay, then automatically that customer is going to be created as a new registrant in our live webinar account under that specific webinar. Okay, so now here to connect my live webinar with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your live webinar account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this connect with live webinar. And then here it is asking me for the access. So here I'm going to give access to Pabbly Connect as your data is secured with Pabbly. Authorization successful. So here you can see we are now successfully connected. So moving forward, and then here it is asking me to select the webinar under which I want to create the registrant. So here by clicking on this drop down menu, you can see the webinars that I'm hosting using live webinar. So here I'm going to select this particular webinar, which is named as the Ultimate Guide to the Digital Marketing. And now here after selecting the webinar, here this registration form ID will be automatically updated as I've already connected a registration form with my webinar. So now moving forward, and then here it is asking for the registrant name and the email. So now here instead of entering these details manually, here I'm going to map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I'm going to map the data from the response that I received in my trigger step. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever we are going to receive a new payment to our Razorpay, then automatically this previously existing detail will be updated with the new one. So here for the name, I'm going to map my customer's name. So this is my customer's name. Moving forward, here for the email address, I'm going to map the email address. So this is my customer's email address. Moving forward, and then here it is asking me for the send confirmation to registrant's email. So for that I'm going to select yes, and then here it is asking me for the attendee name, email and the phone number. So again here I'm going to map all these details. So I'm going to select the name over here again, and then I'm going to map the email address, and then here I'm going to map the phone number. And with this, we have successfully entered all the required details. And now I'm going to click on the save and send test request given over here. And here you can see we have received a successful response. That means we have successfully created a new registrant in our live webinar account under that specific webinar for the new payment received through our Razorpay. So now let's go and check it. Here I'm going to refresh it. And then here I'm going to click on this registered. And here you can see we have successfully created a new registrant over here with the name test user and the email as test@pablitudes.com. So with this, we have successfully set up our entire automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here we have taken our trigger as Razorpay and our action as live webinar. So that whenever we are going to receive a new payment to our Razorpay, then automatically using the payment details, a new registrant will be created in our live webinar account under that specific webinar. Okay, so these were the steps to how to create live webinar registrant on Razorpay payment. I hope these steps were clear to you. Now if you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. So now if you have any doubt, then you can email us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any query, then you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, then you can simply visit our website, that is www.pabbly.com. So now if you liked our video, then please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.